For tonight, I'm riding a black unicorn. Welcome to the July 2018 Voltaire video newsletter. I am Aurelio Voltaire, and this is a different surrounding for one of these newsletters, but I'm going to get to why that is later. First of all, let's start like we always do. Where am I playing near you? My next show is July 28th, Saturday, July 28th at the Crack Fox in St. Louis, Missouri. I hope you will come to that. I'm also playing, I'm presently trying to book an all-ages show in Washington, D.C. for August, but no word yet, so hopefully that'll happen. Confirmed, however, is Dragoncon in Atlanta. It starts August 30th, it ends September 3rd. This will be my 20th year in a row performing at Dragoncon. It's really kind of hard to believe. We're going to have to make it special. I'm not sure how yet, but we're going to have to make it special. My 20th appearance in a row, 20 years in a row. It's pretty amazing. And it is also my favorite show of the year, so I really look forward to that. Then September 8th, I'll be performing at Ancient City Con, and that is in St. Augustine, Florida. I believe it's my very first show ever in St. Augustine, Florida, so please come and see me there. Sinister Creature Con in Sacramento was so much fun 2 months ago that I've decided to do it again. So I'll be there again October 13th in Sacramento, California at Sinister Creature Con. Then October 27th, I'll be performing in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I've seen a lot of you requesting I return to Pittsburgh, so I will see you guys there. And Devil's Night, October 30th, I will be in New Orleans at The Goat. Do I have any shows after that? I do. October 20th. October 20th, I have a wedding in Manchester, New Hampshire. So I will most likely book a show the night before. So expect to see me playing in New Hampshire probably on October 19th. And I think that's all of the shows that I presently have booked. So that's where I'm playing near you. Hopefully one of those shows is near you. And if not, stay tuned. Subscribe to this channel, hit the little notification bell, because I do one of these every month, and it's just a matter of time before I play somewhere near you. Now, I told you this was going to be a bit of a long one. I have to scoot forward a little bit to adjust my script because I have some notes for myself. My YouTube page. My YouTube page hit 100,000 subscribers a little while ago, and it's been growing. It's been growing exponentially. I think I'm now at 100 and almost 12,000 subscribers, and so I really want to very, very seriously work on the YouTube page and help it to grow and help it to be worthy of all of the people who are tuning in. And I have several ideas on how to do that. First and foremost, one of the reasons that this video is different from the others is that I am shooting on a Canon G7X Mark II. I splurged. I normally do these on my phone outside, but the vlogging camera that everybody seems to use is the Canon G7X Mark II. It's expensive. It was like $700 and something. I really kind of had to bite the bullet, but I'm hoping this will make it easier and faster for me to shoot vlogs, because when I shoot vlogs normally, this is the Canon I just got. I mean, this isn't the actual camera, obviously. I'm shooting with the actual camera. It's just the box. But the camera that I normally shoot with, it's across the room. It's a Canon 5D Mark III, and it's a big DSLR. Setting it up, getting all the lights ready, it takes a lot of work, and hence I don't make as many videos as I should. But with a little camera like this one, it's kind of point and go, and I'm hoping that this will mean more content more regularly. And speaking of more content more regularly, those of you who follow me on Instagram know that I'm starting a new series called Gothic Homemaking Minute. I've already have 2 of them in the can. Death-free taxidermy is one of them, and cabinet drawer wall shrines is another one, where I show how to make shrines for the dark gods that watch your lair out of cabinet drawers that are discarded and found on the street. I'm also working on Gothic matchboxes, how to make a matchbox, just a matchbox that doesn't look like the cheesy ones you buy in the supermarket. And decorating with gems is another Gothic Homemaking Minute. So they're about a minute long, as the name suggests. They're a little snappier. There's a lot of information in them, and they're a lot of fun. And for those of you who don't want to watch half-hour long episodes, this is a great solution. to keep Gothic homemaking alive and keep you interested in what I'm doing. Incidentally, it's my first time shooting the camera, so I'm staring at the screen, which is above the lens, which is such a noob mistake. So I'm going to try to look into the lens. I will continue making Gothic Homemaking Presents segments. Those are a bit longer. I'm presently working on one called Decorating with Asian Serpents. I shot a lot of that in Thailand and in Hong Kong. Oddities Flea Markets, that's one I've shot in New York City and Houston. And coming up on July 21st, I'll be shooting at the Oddities Flea Market in New York City, and later that day at the Oddities and Curiosities event in Chicago. So I am literally going to leave one Oddities market and fly to Chicago and shoot another Oddities market. So that's a really, really good one. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm also working on a very secret H.P. Lovecraft inspired DIY project. If you saw my black metal church nightlight project, it's very similar, except it's H.P. Lovecraft inspired. I think you're really going to enjoy that one. There's a lot of Gothic Homemaking Presents segments coming your way, and those are a bit lengthier, so don't be alarmed if 1 minute is too short for you, because there's plenty of other stuff coming down the road. And speaking of other content coming down the road, I also am planning another YouTube series of vlogs called Song, Meanings, and Origins. Now, I don't know about you, but one of the things that really gets me when I'm listening to a song is not understanding the lyrics and not understanding what the songwriter meant. You know, like, I am the Eggman, I am the Eggman, cuckoo choo, what the hell does that mean? What does that mean? Or, don't bring me down, Bruce, who the hell's Bruce? These are questions that have burned at the very core of my soul. If I had one, it would be burning right now. And subsequently, I think that it'd be interesting to do the same thing with my songs. Now, years ago when I first started vlogging, I did a few of these. I did an entire video for all of the songs on To the Bottom of the Sea, but now I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm going to do one song at a time. Each video will be only one song. So please, in the comments below, let me know what song you'd most like to hear me talk about. In each one of these videos, I'm going to do the origin and meaning, meaning how did I come up with the idea? I'll go through the lyrics, what do the lyrics mean? And then I'm going to talk about a little bit about the production. Were there any special guests who played on it? Were there any funny things that happened in the studio? So the videos will be kind of short, but hopefully entertaining and informative. More news is I now have my very own Amazon.com page. It's pretty wicked. It's called Amazon.com/shop/Aurelio Voltaire. I think that's the address. It'll be down here somewhere. But yeah, it's called Aurelio Voltaire, and on my page what I've done is, the first thing I did obviously was I compiled all of the things that I've made that are available on Amazon, all of my albums, all of my comic books, all of the books that I have that are presently in print, my Hot Wheels cars and things like that, and I've put them all on one page. So I have a web store, obviously, but I have two web stores, in fact. But if you prefer to shop from Amazon, or if you're an Amazon Prime customer and you'd rather get your stuff from there, there's one easy place to go and find it all. Also, I've created, because I just found out you can do this if you have an Amazon page, you could create a suggestion list. And so I've created another page called Gothic Homemaking Supplies, and it's really a collection of the stuff that I use on the show, like Krylon, black lacquer spray paint, glue guns, glue sticks, DevCon 5-minute epoxy, Zap, all the things that I use to DIY projects. But then there's also home furnishings, so things like vinyl wall decals, like you see up here on the wall. Oh, can't really see any, can you? They're here, trust me. Resin skulls, like you see on the wall. Candelabras, all sorts of spooky things that I have found on Amazon that I think might look good in your lair and might help you to turn your apartment into a dark, spooky lair like mine. So please visit the Amazon page and you'll find a whole lot of really cool things there. Now, getting back to my web store, I have two of them. I have a UK web store which ships all over Europe, out of the United Kingdom. And I have a US web store that ships out of Philadelphia. Both of them, you can find links to them right here on my website, voltaire.net/store. You'll find links to each of the stores there, and then obviously you can choose whichever one is closer to you. But I can tell you that the US store presently has a sale. I'm selling, well, these are on sale. These are my Devil's Bris wall sconces. I'm going to do this for the very, very first time, so let's hope this works. I'm going to try to get a close-up. I don't think it'll zoom, but I don't think it'll focus by itself. I think I have to touch the screen. There we go. And then I think I got to touch my face to make it focus on my face again. Is it focused on me? I don't know. There, maybe. New camera. Working out the kinks. In any case, the Devil's Bris wall sconces are on sale. They're $5 off for the month of July. And also, I have these. These are really cool too. This is the heart-shaped wound wall plaque. Both of these items are made by Delamorte and Company. As you can see, it's got a light inside that makes it pulse. Let's see if we can go in for a close-up on this one. That's pretty rad, isn't it? Look at that. Beautifully sculpted, beautifully manufactured. And I typically am the one who glues them together and paints them. That's my job. I actually sculpted this. I sculpted this in 1991. True story. And only recently have I started selling them. Delamorte and Company is kind enough to cast them for me in black resin, and I paint them. You know, if I'm getting on a flight at 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning, chances are that night I'm sitting here at the Aurelio Voltaire on the floor painting these. That's largely what I'm up to. In any case, that's what's going on in the web store. There'll be links to all this stuff below in the video description. And the last thing I want to talk to you about today is music. Now, some of you, those of you who follow me very closely on the social medias, on primarily the Instagram, you know that I've written a new song. My first whole song that I've written after Heart-Shaped Wound. It's called So You're Offended. So you're offended, horribly offended, and I don't comprehend it, 'cause what offended wasn't about you. I have sung it a little bit on Instagram, and I played it in Portland, Oregon, and in Seattle, so I've played it twice now. And I will be making a video of myself strumming and singing that song. It'll be a world premiere video. As usual, it'll probably be seen first by my patrons on patreon.com, and that's the address for as little as $1 a month. Although you can certainly give more. You get all this exclusive content, at least something every month, something exclusive that no one else is seeing or hearing. And then after a while, I might make it available to the rest of the public. But I think that's the first place that video will be seen. And then I hope to go into the studio and actually do a proper recording and maybe even a music video, who knows. My other musical idea that I've had of late is kind of quirky. I recently came up with a parody for Closer by 9 Inch Nails. Now, those of you who know the song know that it goes, I wanna bleep you like an animal. And I thought it might be interesting to update it for today's times and maybe have it not be so aggressive. So I've written a version called I Want to Court You Like a Gentleman. And you can just kind of imagine how that goes. But I hope to get into the studio and record that one as well. And I really want to make a video for that one. I have some ideas for that. But the big news in music is that I have decided that my next full-length studio album is finally going to be the Odds album. My side project, The Odds, spelled O-D-D-Z, is something I was working on around 2005 or so, around the time the Killers were popular and The Faint was popular, and Franz Ferdinand and bands like that, Interpol, bands that kind of had sort of like a neo-80s new wave sound. And I got really excited by that, and I started writing these songs, and I put together a band. But it ultimately got in the way of the paying work, the stuff that people had paid me or I'd signed contracts to do, stuff like delivering Ookie Spooky to Project and delivering the book What is Goth to the publisher, and I abandoned that project. But just today I have started the process of digging all of the tracks out of storage, and in the near future I will be going into the same studio where I recorded Heart-Shaped Wound and where I mixed Raised by Bats. And I'm going to finish that album. I think it's got something like 8 tracks on it. Sell Out, Girlfriend, Medicated Girls Brigade, Maybe, and Maybe. And I think those are the 8 tracks. 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 And I think those are the 8 Brand New Time, what else? Oh, She's Glowing, Firestorms of Venus, One Semester Lesbian. It's not offensive. It's not as offensive as it sounds, believe me. So there's 7 or 8 tracks on the album. Oh, and Come Sweet Death. And all of these tracks, I mean, all of these songs are going to be remixed from scratch. Some of the tracks will be re-recorded. So while there is an odds EP floating around on the internet somewhere, this is going to be new versions of those songs. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to get started on some new music and revisiting some beautiful songs that I miss quite a lot. So that's what's happening with music, and I guess that's it. I mean, in the world of books, I am still fiddling around with the Chichan novel. I do a lot of drawings for it. I find that making drawings for it really kind of helps solidify ideas in my mind. So those of you who follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/Aurelio Voltaire, I post a lot of the drawings there. I'm going to show you something. I had not planned to do this, but I'm going to show you something because you might be really shocked by this. No, that's the Nothing. That's a different book. Oh, I got to look for this now. Jesus Christ. Hold on a second. Little Blood. Believe it or not, that's the name of the Chichan book. It's called A Little Blood. A Little Blood outline. So I want to show you, I just want to show you what the outline looks like. Not the novel, the outline. Here it is. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. But, oh, the camera's doing something funny with the lighting. I don't know if you can see, maybe if I turn down the brightness a little bit. I don't know if that's any better. Maybe. Just check this out. This is the outline. Scrolling, 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 scrolling. Still scrolling. I swear to God, what is this? Frank Herbert's Dune? Still scrolling, still scrolling, still scrolling, still scrolling. Oh, look at that block of text. Still scrolling. This is not prose. This is not the novel. This is an outline. And, come on, really? Wow. Jeez. My God. That's, you know what? Even I don't believe how long this is. My goodness, that is really outrageous. I'm still scrolling. Still scrolling, still scrolling, still scrolling, and done. And where does it end? Chapter 7. That's only up to chapter 7. I'm almost entirely certain that I've outlined 1/3 of the book. So that's a lot of work. I've really, really been working on this, I swear. So anyway, so that's what's going on in my world. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully I'll see you at one of the shows that I'm doing upcoming. Voltaire.net/calendar. If you ever want to know where the shows are, Voltaire.net/calendar. All the details are usually there. Please subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a lot of new stuff coming to the Lair of Voltaire here on YouTube, and I hope you will enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in. Live long and prosper. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe so that you'll never miss another Gothic Homemaking video. Full episodes of Gothic Homemaking can be seen right here on the Lair of Voltaire.